my tranquil place. This is my place of peace. I come here to kind of just chill out a little bit and find my head when I slip down the rabbit hole, as I like to call it. So, good day. My name is Neville, Andre Anson III, and I'm a veteran advocate. I don't know how to talk about myself the way that I guess people would expect me to, but I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a whirl. This is the first time for me. I'm 33 years old, and I was born and raised in New York City. Joined the military at 19. By 20, I was in special operations as an aviator with the 160th. I spent 5 years doing that before I transitioned out to National Guard and stayed in the National Guard until my medical discharge in 2014. I kept running into a bunch of different problems with the VA, and it led me to just starting to speak up for myself about what it was that I needed as far as my care. And in the process of me going through these things that I was going through and running into the issues I ran into, I found that basically other people needed that help too. And my story is it's fairly simple, really. I couldn't do what it is that I'm doing now, and I wouldn't be doing what it is that I'm doing now if it wasn't for the very important people who I was affiliated with while I was with Special Operations Aviation Regiment. And one of those most inspirational guys happens to be a young man by the name of Josue Hernandez. Josue Emmanuel Hernandez Chavez, actually. That was my best friend while I was in the service, and definitely got myself into a lot of mischief, but he was a very good friend that helped to steer me right. He was there for each and every step of my progression through my career in the military. I mean, we were best buds. We went on most of our deployments together. We went to most of our training situations, our training classes and courses together. We were just we were Mutt and Jeff. We were the dynamic duo. We were we were Tom and Jerry. It just went together. Dre and Sway. We were just knuckleheads, but we were really about our craft as special operators and as aviators, and we challenged each other to be the best of the best of the best, and we pushed each other to reach higher heights than we would have probably been able to attain if we had done that by ourselves without either one of us meeting the other. So if you really want to know my story, I gotta say honestly, I wouldn't be anything, and I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Josue Hernandez. And unfortunately, it's October of 2018 now, and unfortunately this is coming up on the 9th year anniversary of his death. Unfortunately, we lost Sway, a few other guys. I don't know if I should mention their names or not. I guess I should, to keep their names alive, right? Michael Montgomery, pilot. Neil Lyons, pilot. Nick Mueller, crew chief. Josue Hernandez, obviously, and Doc McNabb, definitely. There were a few other guys who were on board who perished in the crash as well, but those guys were from the unit specifically. And I worked with those guys. I had heart-to-heart conversations with these particular gentlemen. These guys were fathers, brothers, sons, uncles, fiancés, boyfriends. They were somebody special to somebody. They may not have been much in the world, but they meant the world to somebody. And yeah, they perished in that crash, and it bothered me for years. But because of their inspiration and because of my buddy Sway's just wonderful personality and how he helped to just keep motivating me throughout my career, I guess in a way he's continuing to motivate me even long after he's gone. I just live with the memory of who he was in my head, and I just keep going forward despite whatever trials and tribulations I have. I definitely had to realign my faith in order to really find that piece of what I needed in order to go forward in life. And without God, and none of this would be possible. And I know that for a fact because even my son shares the same middle name as my buddy Sway, which is Emmanuel, or Emmanuel, Manny as I call my son. And if you look up the word Emmanuel, it means God with us. And so there's absolutely no way that I could be doing anything that I'm doing, living the way that I'm living, having the experiences the way that I'm having them happen to me in my life without God. And I go forward every day and I just simply point out where God is in the places that people don't think that they would be able to find him. God is everywhere, and I am making it a point to point him out every time that I go into some of these dark and dismal places. I utilize my skills with the military along with my faith to help restore veterans, to help to bring them to a place where they have a little bit more peace than they did the day before, and that they can go forward, looking forward to the next day, instead of us having to hear about, those 22 a day. And I really don't know if I should go much deeper than that. I can talk for days. I promise you I can talk for days, and I'm quite entertaining. A lot of people say I have some charm. A lot of people say I have some personality. But I definitely can talk for days. I'm not really good at talking about myself, but if you ask me some good questions, I'll definitely have a good story for you. I'm a good storyteller, and I'm a really good-hearted person, and I really try my best to live life and help people out every day while I'm alive, because we won't all be here. One day I'm going to go to heaven, Valhalla, whatever anybody wants to call it. But while I'm still here, I figure I'll loan my body to those who can't do, and help them to just have a better aspect of life, regardless of the disabilities or mental or physical or emotional issues that they may endure or deal with every day. That's what I do. I bring some love to the table, and you can't talk about love without talking about God, because they're one and the same. You want to know what it is about me? Love. I'm driven by love. I'm focused on love. I talk about love, and you can't talk about that word without mentioning God, and that's what I bring to the table. I'm a different kind of a guy. I'm a different kind of a spiritual person. I definitely believe in Jesus Christ. That's something that helps to really keep me in line every day. I don't push it on anybody, but I definitely do talk about him if you're receptive to it. If not, I definitely just bring you to God. It doesn't matter what you call God. You can call him Jah, Allah. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you pray to a God, a single God, and believe that God is the almighty creator, I'm all right with that. As long as it's something bigger than you, I'm okay with that. And so with that being said, I've reached the 10-minute mark, and I think I've said quite enough. Thank you very much, and have a wonderfully blessed day.